whenever they're actually here, there is no delays. Team Liquid versus Winterfox. Starting off the second map on Dust 2, with Winterfox starting off on CT side with Pit, Devilwalk, Anger, XP3, and Lex. And for Team Liquid, we have Nitro, Elige, Hiko, Fugly, and Adren.
Again, like I said, I actually like Winterfox's CT side on Dust 2, so I think they actually have a much better chance of putting up a reasonable amount of rounds on this particular side, on this particular map. So that's what I'm hoping for. See how the pistol works out, though. Liquid looking to do a quick mid to B split here thus far. They're already out mid in a big way, and Fugly catches the B push.
Oh, only one guy inside B now. It's going to be Devilwalk. He's going to die. Ah, maybe not. He gets one kill at least before he falls down. And also, through the top of the smoke, Anger was also able to take one down. So it's a 3 versus 3 with basically almost all the top fraggers here for Team Liquid down. There's still Nitro still alive. That's been hot in the first half. Fugly's still alive as well. Basically, top fraggers for Team Liquid could be pretty much anybody right now in the roster. So... The flash comes through from the CT side, they're pushing through the doors, and somehow they can't get the kill! They had it blinded, but now it's just Anger, last man standing on a 3 versus 1. This is gonna be it.
Yeah, actually, Adren can't be a top fragger, Vansilli. Do you want to know why?
Why?
I'm gonna just tell you a little joke, and Adren will like this, so it's not a shot against him. But do you know the difference between Adren and a decoy grenade?
What?
$4,600. Wait, did I do the math right? $4,650. Sorry, $4,650 is the difference between Adren and a decoy grenade.
Explain.
You know, because an op is $4,750. Decoy grenade is only
50.
150. That's right. I did my math wrong. It was 4,600. I was right. 4,600.
Joke is killed, but
yeah,
killed also Devilwalk and Anger and Lex as they take everybody down towards mid. But Trades comes through as the bomb was still inside Team Con. But they're about to clear out the A side now. XP3 is the last man standing with 110 ping scouts. He's gonna try to look across here. They're just spamming across, not even going for the plant. So they're gonna try to take down XP3, and finally, after Hiko dies, they're gonna say, okay, let's just play it safe. 2 versus 1 right now as XP3 will try to move up on Catwalk.
yeah. I'm upset about that joke. Didn't go as well as I thought. It was based on a comment that Thorin made about Liquid's Adren at a LAN like a couple of months ago about him being a decoy grenade. We always make jokes about it now. But, I burned it. You didn't. You obviously didn't get that reference. Maybe someone out there did, and it made it kind of funny. But anyway, Liquid up now 2-0. Win the force buy. So Winterfox at this point is going to be on pistols, so should be the 3-0. But that's when we get to the opening gun round. And again, I think Winterfox usually has a pretty good CT side D2, especially Pit playing that A rotation position can usually be pretty solid. But obviously he's playing with the handicap tonight. So are 2 other players, Devilwalk and XP3. So we'll see what they can do. Aggression on Cat. We do get some damage in, but can't find the frag.
They managed to get one here and trades across here with the stack up on Cat. And actually, Fugly's down to 1 HP. We still have one holding towards this mid area at XP3, but the bomb's still lurking towards B tunnels. And just like that, Liquid decides to fall back, and they're going to have to try to rotate soon. Smarter move for them right now for Winterfox to boost up and try to get some more information. But they know it's coming towards B now. XP3 just couldn't hold it long enough here for the rotation, so they're going to have to try to slam across through the door, through the smoke, but Plant's going to come through, and this should be it. They should be able to get this one on a 3 versus 2. If anything, Devilwalk maybe try to save his Galil.
I don't think so. I think you go for this here to try to get some guns down. And it's winnable, especially on such low HP. So I think they're going to try, but yeah, Lex goes down immediately. Devilwalk tries his best, but gets pushed by him. Mac-10 from Adren, and there you have it. The 3-0 start from Liquid comes in. But here comes the opening gun round. This is where we can hope to see what Winterfox can do. They won't have an AUT. They don't have the money for it, so that's a little bit disappointing. Though, granted, I guess it hasn't been that great for them with XP3's ping. So we'll see what they can do with 5 rifles.
And, there you go. Hiko's a little bit late on that buy there, and knowing that they actually cannot afford AWPs for the CT side, they actually went for suicide drops. But look at this aggressive push here from the CT side on the top of Catwalk as well. They actually have a 3-man support towards mid doors, and just like that, they snapped the smoke as well to take down Lex. It was such a valiant effort. They read it correctly. They just couldn't win the fight, unfortunately. So 4 versus 1. Devilwalk, the last man standing, and at this point will have to save his M4, no kits. So that is going to be it.
Yeah, it's just Nitro catching that cat push. And then you have a Legion company being able to take a long A control simultaneously. And so when you lose all those duels, I mean, it's over with. I mean, only one player got dropped in that process. That was Adren going down. Initially, I guess he's the one that kind of got caught off guard by the cat push, but then Nitro able to catch on afterwards and make a really big trade. And that's it. So Liquid will go up 4-0. Winterfox likely going to have to take the save next round outside of this 1-4 that Devilwalk's been able to retain. And already off to a good start here on map number 2 is Liquid.
Terrorists win.
There's really not much more you can add to this right now. It's just not really. I mean, it's organized pushes at some type of fashion for Team Liquid, but there's really no strats going through. They've been running around the map since Cash, and they've just been winning the fights. On the other hand, Winterfox are trying things a little bit differently, getting those stacks, trying to win those fights. And like I said, they're reading it correctly, but they just can't get their firepower up above the level of what Team Liquid is displaying so far in terms of these 1-versus-1 fights.
Yeah, I mean, ever since they got these roles established on Liquid, Nitro going back to entering and Hiko finding his place on the team and getting settled in, they just made it complete. I mean, they're like number 2 in NA basically at this point. So, I mean, it was always going to be difficult for Winterfox to overcome that underdog position, and then you add the ping on top of it, and it's just a disaster. Liquid just has so much firepower packed in on that team now, so it's going to be a rough ride.
So you're saying right now that Team Liquid's number 2 under Cloud9 and higher than CLG?
I think so.
Interesting.
But it's so fragile, right? Like it could take one tournament result to change that.
Yeah.
But let's think about it. Liquid beat them out in PGL, beat them out in iBuy Powerfall, has beaten them out in a couple other different occasions as well recently. They have a pretty good head-to-head record against CLG.
What's with all these beaten out jokes and stuff tonight? Dust?
I was going to say YouPorn sponsorship on the horizon.
Anger though, nice entry. Gets a second one though at lower B. A third one is spotted. He gets the hat trick. He holds out the lower B push, and just like that, it's a 5-versus-2 with Hiko and Fugly the last 2 remaining, and what a round for Anger there, who needed to shine a little bit more in this series, trying to go for a quad kill, but only puts Fugly down to 49 HP.
Yeah, so I mean, a good effort there from Anger, and that could just do it here, unless Liquid can recover with Hiko and Fugly. Hiko has that bomb over at long. Hey, Fugly on the catwalk, so they are very well separated, but it's just going to come down to this duel right here. If Hiko can kill Pit, there's a chance to come back into this.
Well, he's looking right now. And Hiko's about to come across on this 1-versus-1 against Pit, who's still watching towards long, but...
perfect timing.
Yeah, exactly. Just a great play there by Fugly. Just a missed shot, unfortunately, by XP3 with the... I'm assuming he had the op there. And just his high ping was unfortunate for them. Couldn't get that kill, and because of that, forced Pit to turn around, and then Hiko lurks out and gets the kill.
I talk about how well Hiko and Adren play those situations, but Fugly's a part of that as well. He's a very smart and consistent player. He puts it into a 1v1 situation now. Hiko versus Devilwalk. Hiko, the clutch master. Does he do it here?
Nope!
No, he doesn't. Wow, nice headshot there from Devilwalk to secure the first round for Winterfox, and obviously a great effort from Anger very early in the round to, you know, put it into an advantageous situation for Winterfox. They gave it up, but Winterfox, his Devilwalk, is still able to close out the round, so well done.
And that's how crazy it is. They almost lost a 5-versus-2.
Yeah. I mean, it was that kill from Fugly, right, that allowed Hiko a free frag on the Pit to get into a 2v2, so that was a pretty key moment in the round, but it wound up being all for naught as Devilwalk was able to clutch the 1-versus-2 there at the end, so well done.
So the off was salvaged. Hiko missing the first shot coming through as XP3 was trying to peek towards the mid double doors, but Hiko already made out of that position initially at B spawn, so they're going to try to go for what seems to be a mid to B split from what I see in this minimap.
So, I mean, this is the money reset that the CT side needs to worry about here, but they do have a one-man edge. XP3 has been able to get that initial pick onto Nitro. The rest of Liquid is sitting in the B tunnels for right now. Looks like they wanted to push it, but a smoke comes out to slow them down, and now, look, Alex boots it up here. There's 3 people in B, in fact, so this would just be suicide if Liquid decides to keep pressing into this, but they obviously don't want a 3er here.
And XP3 actually letting that shot to try to slow things out a bit on the B side. Gets a second one here with help from Devilwalk as they were still focusing on trying to get the kill here. Oh, Lex trying to go for a drop kill. Should have done that. Should have went for the bait play. Trying to get the kills right after this. Opens it up, but Devilwalk keeps things alive here with the P2K. Getting the kill up to Fugly, so Liege on a 3-versus-1. Not even able to pass Devil Walk.
Yeah.
And that's going to be now 5-2 with another off salvage here for XP3.
Yeah, really well done. I mean, Winterfox avoids the money reset. They shut down the B hit, and now, I mean, they're back into the game, so to speak. Like, there's a chance for them, especially since Liquid, their money is starting to run a bit dry. They have enough money from Nitro to drop some players, but it's about to catch up to them here if Winterfox can string another round together. So this is actually looking a bit better from Winterfox in this matchup.
A little bit of a miss boost going on there up to on Catwalk, so that leaves Anger by himself to start things off at beating at the round. He's about to come head-to-head against Elige, but the timing forces off both of them out of their positions. And Elige actually has a chance to take more of that mid control to maybe win that fight against Devil Walk at mid, who is working a double op setup with XP3.
Yeah, so long A control here for Liquid. Nitro taking a duel with XP3 over at the crossover. He does a little bit of damage, but not that much. It's nothing that XP3 needs to be too worried about just yet, as he knows that they're long A, and he's not really in the best position here. He needs to try to get boosted back up on platform or something, but here comes Liquid. They're just going to throw out long A. They keep pushing it, and they do catch XP3.
They're trying to see if they can get the cross, and look at that peek coming through by Nitro. Not even a flash being thrown, and not even smoke to cover mid. He just doesn't care. Went for the white peek, got the kill. Fugly loses that one on the hold at mid, though, so he can still keep things alive here for the CT side. As Anger gets the frag onto Nitro, and Elige just hiding behind the barrels. It's a hard spot to look at, actually. If he's still going to stay there, Anger's going to get the kill. Now it's 2 versus 2. Op shot miss, 2 versus 1, and Anger with no HP left will have to fall back out of this, and he's going to try to go for a white peak first, see if he can bring it through a 1 versus 1, sorry, but it did not work.
Yeah, and so the money still winds up kind of getting reset here for Winterfox. I mean, it was a close round. They won the last round when they got, and so they had to do some rebuying, so money's still pretty low. I don't think they're quite, well, they might even, I don't know, double save territories potential, or next round it's going to be a low buy, at least with FAMASas and stuff probably involved, so this could still wind up burning them quite a lot if they lost a big round there whenever their money was low. Liquid here, just your basic default stuff. Elige just coming up pretty quick though, and spots pit inside the site, not able to land the shot just yet.
Well, they do get the openers here, but again, it's against nothing but pistols and no armor here against Winterfox, so big and easy advantage. A nice stray bullet for Anger, who gets the kill. Trying to get one onto Elige, and gets another one onto Dren, and the Hoaxster falls down, but at least Elige is going to be able to pick up the bomb. But at this point, it's a 1 versus 1 here up on Cat. Devil Walk definitely pissed that he can't land any shots right now with this thing, and Nitro's going to just push in and get the frag.
So there you have it. Liquid up 7-2. Money still a bit of a tight situation here for Winterfox. Can't really afford any type of M4 armor, so it looks like they will, in fact, take that double save. They will force buy up like a couple of pistols here, but nothing too crazy. Setting themselves up to be able to get that op out again next round. Maybe even a double op setup. Obviously, it's very viable CT side option for D2. The first time you run it, you can catch your opponent off guard with it. It's for almost like a great chance at an initial round. So that's what they're going to be playing for. But oh, poor Lex gets flashed and can't fall back.
Oh, XP3 going to work right now. The other one was flashed, but he's at a 15 HP. He gets the kill from Elige, actually, to save his teammate, but Anger then comes back, and then Hiko gets the refrag, and now it's a 3v2, but Fugly's very low here, and Devil Walk could actually see them cross, and he does drop the bomb carrier, so this is huge, and he spot one also on Catwalk, so at least they could pin down Hiko, but after that one shot missed by Devil Walk, he's going to fall back himself.
Pit. Poor guy. Poor guy. I mean, now there's really not much hope here for Devil Walk. He is sneaking around quite a lot. If they wind up going Catwalk to A and he just pushes long, that would be insane, like, mind games. But he will just sneak the back cat, but oh, Hiko, too quick. He was trying to pick up an AK there. Hiko catches on, and there you have it. Liquid up 8-2. And now we are going to see Winterfox, though, with money, and the double op is definitely an option here. See if they decide to go with it or not. Silico guys have not bought yet, so not quite sure.
Oh boy.
Well, yeah, double op is in effect. Pit will pick up one.
Trying to spam through this smoke to start things off here. That smoke was actually thrown from spawn.
How does Elige only have 1 HP?
Oh boy.
What is that? That's not even a leg shot at that point.
With the Swedish internet, it actually brings down the armor-piercing capacities of the AWP bullet. But at least they still managed to get 3 kills out of that by narrowing down and holding out mid and catwalk simultaneously.
He must have just clipped the edge of the door or something. I don't know how that happens for 99. Either way, there's a great chance to get this one now. I mean, there's just 2 left from Fugly and Adren. Pitt did a great job holding that cat cross with the op, and Hanger chiming in, but Adren, he takes down Lex. What a great response, and so it's all up to Adren now. 1 versus 3. A lot of time left, but great positioning here from Winterfox.
Pitt is going to want to have this knife kill at some point, just to get some revenge. Or at least this op kill against Adren, who's waiting for him to re-peek here.
Wow, neither one can hit, though. Adren's surviving for so long.
He's
like, all right.
He doesn't even care.
It's like, all right, I think I've overstayed my welcome. Like, my luck has run out here.
No, he's still going to go for it. Shoulder peek there, whiffing or forcing the shot coming out of Pitt. But Devil Wash should be able to hit a drop, but Adren's actually going to come through mid. And XP3 finally connects.
I mean, he knew that that's where XP3 was going to be. He just couldn't win that duel. And so there you have it, Winterfox putting another round on the board. But again, you got to worry about that money reset. There's still enough cash here for Liquid to buy. And some rebuying has to take place here, so you still have to worry about your money if you're Winterfox. And they still do have the double op set up in effect, however. They are able to recycle that back in. So let's see if they can keep it up. I mean, that was a nice round there.
Look at this aggressive push from the T side. Pitt's about to win with the op. He's fully blinded. The Tech 9s are coming through as well. The TK comes with the full blind that they had, so Hiko is fully blinded by that CT flash. Tried to spam coming out through the door and takes down his own teammate, but at least they take Pitt control. And the other real Pitt will have to try to get a hold, and he will do so with the knock shot. And we just at the bottom, and Trent's behind him, but XP3 gets the kill.
Yeah, this is awkward how Adren got in there. You got a kill out of it, though, but it's up to Nitro and Hiko here in a 2 versus 3. Pitt's still hiding inside the smoke. 1 HP. If Hiko just decides to spam a little bit here, he could just easily catch him. Nitro will do it instead. And so the bomb will get planted. We got a 2v2, 1 coming long, 1 coming up the catwalk. Oh, man.
Oh, it's a 1 versus 1 now, and he still wins another 2 versus 1. Devil Walk going to work, and again wins another 1 versus 1 against Hiko. As there you see the question marks coming in from Lex, because usually you don't see Hiko losing those.
Not at all. I mean, Nitro hit a ridiculous shot on that long A player that was pushing, and so they had a 2v1, so you're thinking that this is locked in, but, you know, Devil Walk comes up, Cat delivers 2 nice frags, and he's having a good game right now. That's actually 2 1v2 clutches he's had for 2 of the 4 round wins Winterfox has, so definitely stepping it up, despite the ping not affecting them so far this particular half. Though, obviously, it was an issue last map. But, again, they avoid a money reset on Winterfox. That's a big deal. They're finally getting Liquid's money low, and Liquid is going to try to force through this molly at B, it looks like.
Yeah, one's going to get burned down is... They went for this force buy, but there's something I'd like to talk about when this round ends here, but they're still going to try to hold down towards this B side, and still going to try to push through it, but Devil Walk through the smoke gets the kill. Lex gets the frag there, trying to go for a second one, and Devil Walk still spends through the smoke, leaving Fugly the last man sitting 4 versus 1. So he's going to try to probably save his AK here as the bomb's down towards B. So while we wait for that. So I just want to go back to that last round where Nitro actually decided to spam through that smoke to take down Pitt. So Pitt was at the connector elevator through that smoke. There was actually 2 smokes there before. He had 1 HP. But after he died, I didn't get to hear it too clearly inside the team chat that was going on there. But they were wondering if there maybe was something about a smoke glitch as a spectator mode. So I don't know if one of the guys that were dead looked through the eyes of Nitro and saw Pitt there, and then called it for Nitro to just spam through the smoke.
That's very
Is there
possible.
some sort of glitch?
Yes, I've heard rumors, or not rumors, I guess. I've heard reports that there might be some type of glitch at this point in time.
Unfortunately.
It's like, from what I can tell, because I've experienced it myself, or at least how I've experienced it, is it's like a quick flash, like almost like the smoke disappears for like maybe a split second. Or maybe even like less than that, like a quarter of a second, something crazy. But it's just long enough to where you know if it's empty or not, basically. And I've seen that, I've had that happen a couple times in my own play, like playing plugs and stuff like that. So
yeah, but you're
it
like
can't happen.
You're like LE. You're double AK.
I'm not double AK, dude. Jesus, man. I've been global before. It's been a while. It's been a while. Anyway.
Yeah, when people were still learning the game.
Oh my god.
So, it's gonna be still another forest buy coming in for Team Liquid. So they got the Scout, Submachine Gun, Tech 9s, P250. So, again, we'll just have to go with whatever they feel like doing here. And fully blinded gets the kill onto XP3. Opens up, so it's a mid to B split. But at least they still have a hold. They still have two guys playing towards outside, one outside B, one inside B. So that nullifies any mid to B split going through. And one was still holding towards T spawn. So that was actually Nitro, I guess. He was still scouting through the mid double doors, but you could see them. They're just looking at each other. They're going to talk through TS or Mumble or whatever they use, and they're just effing around,
it
basically.
surprises me that Liquid keep forcing themselves into B on these force buys, and they have plenty of time to fall back, and oh my god, Pit just flanks them up lower B, and that's the end of that. But yeah, I feel like
that's what you get. They're staring at each other inside B tunnels and just effing around. Like, of course, Pit is going to come out and just get the kill if he's going to lurk around. Nobody's looking at angles, so this is pretty much garbage time going on.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Liquid's known to dick around when they already feel they have the win secured. So it's not like they had a crazy lead here on the Terror side, man. They only have 8 rounds, and we saw the problems on CT side Dust 2 just not too long ago against Cloud9. So it's not like they had this thing on lock to be fooling around like that. They definitely forced the issue at B at least twice and just threw away rounds.
Yep. So good start at least for XP3 here to get the kill as he was offing out towards this, I guess, catwalk to start things off. Dropped inside CT spawn. So Adren is already down, and they're still trying to run through smoke, so XP3 gets the easy P250 kill. Inside spawn, one tap's coming through with the high ping of Pit. Taking down Fugly. XP3 again with the P250. The high pings doesn't even matter. But again, we're just buying, and Hiko gets finally a deagle kill onto Lex, but he force bought a scout, of course, because it is the last round of the half. He gets a 1D2. Oh my god, the Devil walk through the smoke. And now it's a 3 versus 1. And that's it, finally. We end that run here for Hiko's side. We're ending the half also 8-7. But like you said, Liquid hasn't been looking so good on CT side when they played against Cloud9 earlier on tonight.
I feel like a lot of North American teams struggle on CT side does too in general, just because they struggle, especially the whole mid to B splits, and that's like across the board. Which I think I was talking with you about this earlier, and I mean, this is up for debate. Obviously, it's not like set in stone, like what I say is gospel, but I feel like CT side Dust 2 is probably one of the hardest CT sides to play.
Yeah, I would agree with Dust 2. I would agree as well with Cobble in terms of holding CT side.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's fair too, right? Cobble and Dust 2 seem to be the two maps that most people would say have a slight T leaning to it. So that would, I mean, yeah, it's just because mid to B is very hard to defend. Like you're always leaving a gap somewhere to be able to defend against a mid to B if you're really focusing on that. So yeah, I mean, it relies on people being able to hold big amounts of space by themselves. Somewhere on that.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what she said. But also, like, if you're looking at Cobble, it's the same thing, right? If you're going to focus more towards being a drop zone, then that person has to hold big against people coming in from the A side. But look at that. Now it's going to be a little bit more serious time. Game face for Team Liquid. They're about to have a flawless victory here. No, take that. Pit decides to buy an eagle going long range here and gets the Juan onto Elige and then gets spammed through the face, through the boxes. Gets a second one onto Nitro and finally gets killed by Hiko. Ah, he's amazing, dude.
Pit is like a really sick deagler, actually.
Pit CSGO deagle is like Bullseye's deagle at 1.6.
I knew it was going to be some like giant 1.6 old school reference coming in the moment you said it's like.
It has to be.
So here you go. Winterfox will force up what they can. Obviously, no first round bomb plant. This is the meta. We will see them heading over towards here, back towards mid. And I see a lot of teams do this. They'll just wait back cat for a really long time. Like for aggression, I guess, and then they'll just like run up catwalk with the smoke, and that's what they're gonna do. But
here we go.
The auto shotgun.
Chink. And that's the power also of the auto sniper. Look at that, or the auto shotgun. You can just spam it with it through the smoke. You can reload and still keep spamming whenever you want and shoot whenever you want while you're reloading too. So it's just so accurate for these close range fights. And flawless victory coming in for Liquid there.
And now the dualies, like you see them used a lot more as well since the buff that they got because they had the increased armor penetration. Plus they have like a pretty sick rate of fire, and especially on CT side, I feel like they are pretty viable. I mean, I know like the 5.7 or CZ is the same cost as the dualies, but I think the dualies are like a reasonable option, and we see a lot of people using them with success just because of the rate of fire it has. And you don't get that crappy pull-out speed like you get with the CZ, right? So.
Yeah. Well, Anger ends that to start things off at lower B.
And he does have a FAMAS as well, so I mean, they could play off of this. They have themselves in a horrible situation at this point. We'll see what
No
they can
armor,
do,
though. No armor. And a dink came through to the double doors onto Hiko, and he's down at 93 HP. Those steel doors as well have made such a big difference for a map like Dust 2.
We want wood. That alliteration. We want wood.
That's what she said.
Speaking of you, porn.
And yeah, exactly. And when you're looking at, okay, the steel doors being added, maybe that's why you can also see a little bit more stronger side for the T's when they're doing these mid to B splits. Because back then, when you had mid doors, you just see continuous spamming through those doors, whether it be long, whether it be mid, or whether it be B. But at that point, when you're focusing, maybe playing a 1-2-2, having a crossfire set up towards mid doors, you just keep spamming and spamming, and then you're gonna eventually damage some opponents low enough to just have better holds for sights, right? So like you're spamming through, the guys are trying to get into B or into A after that through the mid double doors with 40 HP, and it's just less bullets to take or to shoot to be able to take them down.
Right, now we have the double out set up here for Liquid, so Nitro will have his over at the back of B, and Adren, of course, having his in the traditional spot over at the A side of the map. And we are going to see Winterfox not really doing anything too tricky here to start with. They do get into mid here. That smoke on top Xbox, but they're not putting anything at long A control, so that's why you're going to go ahead and see Elige already rotate off. And, you know, Adren will get Hiko in place, now he'll go hold the cat crossover. So, I mean, Liquid has great positioning at this point, seeing as Winterfox doesn't really have much to work with. It's going to be all up to whether or not they can get out mid to B against this crossfire from Elige and Fugly, or if they can get past Adren's op at Catwalk. That's their two options here.
Yeah, it looks like it is going to be focusing on to try to take down that op from Adren. So we'll probably see a flash that's not going to be as effective because the position that you're at, if you're going to try to lob it towards that goose area, it's not going to blind you. So right now it's just going to be smoke speed thrown first. And that big flash, yeah, that blinds 4 of them. But there you go. See, they forced him out of position in a spot where it actually affects him. But if he stayed at that spot, it wouldn't hurt as much. The drops worked. They did get the kill, but one is still lurking inside the pit. I think Devil Walk must have hurt him. Yeah, he's maybe in that corner. He knows.
Yeah,
he knows
exactly.
he's there. Yeah.
Yeah, really well done. I mean, the nice counter flash from Adren to allow Elige in position, but Elige only got 1 kill and Adren got none. So that was really big that they only got 1 kill out of that maneuver. And yeah, Devil Walk now.
Okay, he didn't know.
Maybe he did
know. Yeah. That's crazy. They gave a chance for Hiko to come out of pit, get the kill, and that's a 2 versus 1. But at least XP3 connects with that XP3 connects with the AWP. Sorry, that's a lot of 3-letter kind of thing going. You know, AWP, XP3. It rhymes. It's 3 letters. There's P's in both of them, and that's as far as I go towards my excuses. Is how I couldn't say XP3 with AWP. 8-11 is our score in favor of Team Liquid here on this second map.
Yep. So, good round there from Winterfox, being able to attack that A-bomb site, be able to get past the Legion of Adren quite efficiently. See what else they can get off of this here. Liquid's still a little 4, but it is a bit of a force. Nitro just on the FAMAS, and only a 5-7 here for Adren. So this is another very winnable round here for Winterfox, just based on utility alone. Though they're also a bit low themselves, right? Double walk on just a Deagle Anger with just a Khalil, but they do have that double op.
Yeah.
See what they can do.
And we're trying to get Pit towards the B tunnels at first to try to get a pick there, but the smoke came through, prevented that. Flash comes through as well. Oh, the cannon was spotted. But Lex peeks out. He's going to get that win against Nitro. Traded out by Hiko, though. Meanwhile, Devil Walk does get the kill onto Adren. That's actually a big, goal that's taken down towards A. The Elige still stays alive. Exterior Italian's back. And Hiko doing the same thing. It's just going back and forth.
Big miss, and Fugly's now on the flank now because they don't even realize that he's going to be there so quick and gets the bomb down. That's a big, big play that Hiko stayed alive.
Well, Devil Walk, he does have a deagle. It's all he needs. We'll pick up an M4 at the same time. Spots Hiko at the bottom inside CT spawn as well. with the bomb, and as he tries to get the kill, good move for Fugly to peek out there to get that support onto his team.
Crazy how much he was able to stay alive there in that exchange at Catwalk and allow Fugly to get such a super fast flank that no one saw coming. And I mean, that's just going to reset Winterfox's money right away here. I mean, they win their first round of the half only to just get sent back down to poverty. And they just have to get their upgraded pistols, and Liquid a great chance to get their economy back going and, you know, increase their lead. As we do see Winterfox look like they want to try to do a big long A push, and Elysian Hiko will be here to contest.
He'll get the first one. Hiko's found as well with the M4. Getting a trip kill. Looking for a fourth.
Oh, Anger.
Clock, clock, clock with the burst walk. Does not work.
Does not. I feel like that was a Cat in the Hat book waiting to happen over there in that casting session. Didn't.
I wanted to try to continue with another sentence, but I couldn't think of anything fast enough that was G-rated to say that rhyme with Ock. Anyways, 13-8 is our score.
Doc. Lock.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Pock, pock, pock. It didn't work with lock. Hiko kept it on lock. And now, smell my sock. So 5-on-5 situation, we're going to have a forced buy coming in here for Winterfox with sort of the bonus money that he had. And like you said, the push came through inside the B tunnels with 2 guys going inside that area. Opper still inside B by Adren getting the kill on Anger as well. And then also Devilhawk falling long towards A. And really, finally, as they're all spread out, there's only XP3 that was able to get an advantage out of that. And with Pit also lurking across, getting to the kill here, is about to get a second one, maybe, will do so. And just like that, it's a 2 versus 2, but they could catch the bomb on a cross. They're at 2 at mid doors.
Oh, they slowed him
He's gonna
down,
try to get the kill. They take down a Dread. Great job by Pit, and now it's a 1 versus 1, but still plenty of time to work with. So this is good right now for Pit. At least the kill cam is going to give him information telling that Fugly went towards that catwalk area, so Pit could actually focus on those angles, and seeing that it's now cleared towards mid, he has to be towards barrel side, so you can see him aiming towards that area.
Totally heard that, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Ooh.
It's the ping, high ping versus low ping, and it's going to be
matter.
Hit that wins it, a 4K for him there. And yeah, great pushes by Liquid, but after that, the lurk, well, I guess it was so unorthodox that it didn't work in the end.
Yeah, it's just a crazy round there from Pit, just being able to slither in there and grab those kills in a big way. I mean, he had a quad kill on that round. I mean, that's a 1v3 or 1v2. Either way, really big round there from him. Liquid not having any money here just gives Winterfox a chance to get right back into this game here if they can lock this one up. It's a huge stack from Liquid, though, at the B side of the map. 4 players inside the B bomb site. Well, actually, all 5 now.
Yeah. So it's going to have to be on Lex. Good thing that he only has a Deagle here, so he could get a lot of information as well if he pushes in, which would give the Q right now to T's to give them a chance to get to B, but nothing worse there. He gets no information at all because he gets 1 dig by Fugly.
Right. So everything just kind of remains at a standstill. No information.
Yeah.
Winterfox just retains position. They do spot 1 mid. Again, that doesn't really give anything away about this B stack just yet because they don't have long A control. They don't know that no one's there.
Exactly.
So this could be bad.
And they still have positioning from they had at the beginning of the minimap to go for a mid to be split, but thankfully they decide to work towards the catwalk area. But 2 guys are playing at elevator. Here's the 5-7 coming to work. Kiko finally falls down and finally declare it out. And that kill, if actually that bomb fell towards CT spawn, that was game over. Thankfully, he was just far back enough from that ledge to drop it. Now we're going to have jump shots coming through here. Deagle coming across by Fugly. Anger takes him down.
Yeah, big kill there from Anger to, you know, basically shut down all hopes. But Nitro, he does get that 1 dig. Gets another 1 dig. Are you kidding me? There's actually a chance here. XP3 in the smoke. Oh my god, this is so tense.
Nitro's moving up right now. XP3 is finally going to take him down at the ramp. And oh my god, that was going to be a heartbreaking loss if that was the case there for Winterfox.
Yeah, dude, I mean...
I almost orgasmed there.
Yeah, I almost you-porned right there.
I almost Hiko
Can they just sponsor us? As casters?
Right?
Like a casting duo?
Yeah, that would be good.
Casting couch duo, if you...
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
Alright, 3 guys are trying to push towards long here from the CT side. Big flash here. Devilhawk's actually at Dumpster, but a crossfire comes across as well. Towards the doors, they knew that he was at blue door as well. Blue Dumpster as well. As Elise is going to be able to get a double kill. So already a 5-on-3 situation, but Elise is lit. So this could give him a chance to get entries towards this A-bomb site if they can. XP3 is going to be the one at the point, shooting through the box, couldn't connect. But they're giving enough time right now for the CTs to rotate and flank at this point.
Absolutely, and it's going to kind of shut Bog down over here at the catwalk. Elige going to find another try. That's 3 for him this round. That's a 4th. Could even be the ace here. But no, Dren going to scum him out of that one. And so, I mean, Winterfox, they keep finding rounds, but they can't string them together. And their money just gets set back immediately because of it. And that just gives, Liquid a chance to come right back at him. Lumpy Seal, I hope we don't lose our jobs, man. But I hope you guys are at least enjoying it if we do, go out with a bang. They like
poured.
Yeah. Team YP casting couch confirmed. That's right, Burns. That is right, man. They like it in chat. We're good. We good.
So Winterfox going back here on a save. At this point, their last hopes will be the following round because we do have more of a serious face for Team Liquid who decide to stop going with these shotguns, stop going with the submachine guns. They have M4s, AKs, and Optics on the board. They should be able to hold this block push quite easily upon Catwalk, who will, on their side for Winterfox, all they want to do is to try to get a bomb plant, but it's been denied, and finally that bomb drops inside spawn, and that's what we were talking about before. Too close to the ledge, you get killed, the bomb goes down. They open up the inside, this would have been perfect for a plant, but now the bomb's down inside CT spawn, and they don't have enough money on this last round either.
Yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head there. That's huge that the bomb drops. If not, you can plant for Cat at least and get the money. And now they're stuck into a situation where, yeah, obviously they're going to buy everything they can. It's Liquid going for the win. But, just imagine if they would have been, richer, $400 richer or $800 richer across the board. That would have changed everything on what the equipment they had to work with this round. Now it's a triple lot for Liquid. Oh! Later, Nitro. Get out of here, son.
Oh, no, they're running through Molly. They're running through Molly. They're running through Molly. And they ran through Molly behind it. And then just like that, ran at the window, but traded out by Lex. This could still be winnable right now from the side. And Eco gets the kill with the AWP. And now the bomb is out in the open.
The middle doors don't bother him, bro.
Exactly. So now it's a 2 versus 2. A Scout and an AK versus an AWP and an M4. Respectively for Winterfox and Team Liquid. Bomb Elise will go down. That nade's going to put Lex down to 14. So still healthy enough to try to hold the window or the door. Elise runs through. Hiko gets the offload to Lex. This could be it. And that's it. Hiko gets the kill. Holding B. Good games are exchanged. 16-10 the second map as Nitro just gave me a seizure.
Yeah, I mean, great game there. Another kind of, I guess that map was actually pretty competitive. There was definitely some moments where I thought that Winterfox was hopping back into the game. They had a pretty decent CT side, actually. I think they got 7 rounds on the CT side, if I'm not mistaken. So it's actually pretty solid, given the fact that this map can sway pretty T-sided, like usually more like 9 rounds for Terrace or something like that. So getting 7 was pretty good.
But at the end of the day, you need to W that, unfortunately, Winterfox couldn't get one more time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they had a couple of chances on T-side. They were able to put together a couple of rounds, but they could never string together more than 2 in a row. So they just immediately kept getting their money reset. And so they could never really gain an edge to actually push through and get the map. So that is going to be the win for Liquid. They have now, I mean, they've definitely secured their land spot, but now they're even working towards stealing that #1 seed at this point. In fact, they might have already done it with that map, but I think that puts them at 18 points. So I think they are now #1. So Luminosity moves down to #2, and Conquest and CLG still fight for that 3rd spot. It is up to CLG. They control their own fate. They do play up against Liquid tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern time, and that will determine whether or not CLG goes to LAN or whether it's Conquest. They have to win. They have to beat Liquid. They need both maps. Liquid, it doesn't even matter for them. It's just for pride, at this point. And that's a big, big game. I think me and you are casting it tomorrow, right? 11 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow night. So be on the lookout for that, folks. That is actually our last cast of this regular season before LAN.
And this gives a chance also for us to figure out if CLG are going to make it to the LAN finals or not. What they need is actually a victory against Liquid. So comes down to that.
I literally just described that for 2 whole minutes, and then you just come in there and say it again.
Shit happens.
It does. I'm just blown away. I'm like, wait, did I not cover that?
Just in case people like listening to me more than you.
Yeah. You could at least came in and said it in French or something. That way it would have been better. Like, at
Alors,
least
mesdames et messieurs, si vous voulez savoir qu'est-ce qui va se passer demain, C'est CLG qui doivent gagner dans le fond contre Liquid pour pouvoir accéder au CEVO, au LAN. Donc, on va voir comment ça va se passer. Alors, n'oubliez pas ça demain à 11h PM avec Dust et Vansilli. Et pour nous autres ici à CEVO ce soir, nous allons dire bonne nuit et good games. Dust, any final words?
Yeah, just like I said, come on back tomorrow to finish off the season with us, as tomorrow is our last day of casting Pro League. We have EU starting at 12 p.m. Eastern time and running, pretty much all afternoon. And then, of course, we do have that CLG versus Liquid matchup at 11 p.m. Eastern time. So bookmark this page. Come on back tomorrow. Also, be sure to give us follows if you would at Vansilli, at Dust Murray. You can also follow at CEVO at MLG. Give them your feedback. And without further ado, we will sign off for the night. But thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow to finish off Season 8 of Pro League.